Hey everybody, Box Mode coming at you again. I got a couple things to talk to you about, so stay tuned. I got Harlot with me, one of my striped Van Ventnor jungles. Female, she did breed this year. She didn't give me anything. So, there's always next year. It don't bother me. You know, she gave me all the right signs, and that's something they can do. They can give you all the right signs to grab it. She went through all the symptoms, swelled up, had the follicle growth swell, had the post, and then had the pre-ovulation swell. Then I witnessed multiple lockups between her and the jungle striped Van Ventnor jungle male. She kept continuing to grow. She went through post-ovulation shed, or at least that's what I thought she was doing. She even laid on her side. She was doing different things. And then I started thinking, no, I just don't think she is. She's not growing like I expect her. But she kept giving me all the signs that says, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. I was holding out hope. The due date came and went, and nothing. And now she's going back in the shed. So that's okay. There's always next year. Don't let those types of things get you down. You know what I mean? You just got to keep plugging forward. And I think the thing I'm going to do next year, even though the male is ready to go and I don't have to cool the male, I think I am going to cool her, because that's 2 years in a row now that she's done this, where she's giving me all the symptoms and saying, yeah, and then nothing. So I think next year I won't cool the male because he's ready to go, you know, with the wind blowing on him. But with her, I think I am going to cool her. So that's one of them things. You got to listen to what your snakes are telling you and adjust to that. I don't know why my son is dancing behind the camera, but it's annoying. What is up with you? You got a song in your head, buddy? You got the groove on? Priest is back there going,
I'm not.
Are you see? I know what you got stuck in your head.
What?
You got Kiss stuck in your head.
Yeah.
I was made for loving you,
Yeah,
baby.
you started to sing that, and then it got stuck in my head.
I knew it would. Yeah, see? The Priest is back there grooving. And when I say annoying, I don't mean actually annoying. I just, you know, I mean in like he's just, it's distracting, which is a good thing because it's actually kind of funny. Come on, Preach, you want to get in front of the camera and show your moves off? You want to show them what you were doing?
No.
Oh. Anyway, carrying on. Another thing I want to give a big shout out to Gavin and Balls2U. Congratulations so much on hitting over 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube. You deserve it and more. The wealth and knowledge that you share with the world reptile community, especially with the ball python community, is second to none in my personal opinion. The amount of knowledge that you have is absolutely humbling, and the way you give back to everybody. I see you comment on so many people's channels. I see you supporting so many people and helping so many people. I mean, you even sent me one of your shirts, you know, a Balls2U shirt. This is the official Balls2U t-shirt, and it's one of my favorite t-shirts he sent to me out of the kindness of his heart. So I honestly, me and Priest could not be happier for you. What do you think, Priest? Are you just...
I just think it's awesome what he does, the knowledge that he has. He responds to everyone's comments. You know, even though he has 10,000 plus people commenting on his videos, he always finds the time.
He does. He finds the time, and I mean, that's just... What an amazing guy. And he's also doing this get-together with breeders and bringing his community over there across the pond together and uniting them. And see, that's what I'm talking about, guys. When I'm talking about spreading the love and positivity, that's another perfect example of someone that's doing that. He does so much for his community. We can all learn from that. We can all grow from that. So if you're not subscribed to Balls2U for some unknown reason, get over there and subscribe, please. I don't care if you're into ball pythons or not. His knowledge applies to all snakes, and you can truly learn something from this man. And I call him the governor. Another thing that, you know, really motivates me with the governor is his work ethic with the working out. The dude is just awesome looking. He's in phenomenal shape, and he pushes me to strive harder in the gym. And I know he pushes Priest, because Priest is always talking about him and Godfather and saying he's got to get to their size. So, is that who you're competing against, Priest?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, I like how he's like, yeah, definitely. He's over there being all coy. So, props to you, Gavin, and congratulations. I hope you get another 100,000. You need 100,000. You need 1 million. You deserve it because of the knowledge you share. Another thing I want to talk about, guys, is I did the Olympus Reptile interview. It came out on Sunday. Kurt, the camera guy, Matt, I mean, they were so nice, and also we had Bigfoot in the background, and I want to believe there's even Princess Fairy in the background at some time. Just an awesome YouTuber, awesome channel, and he's doing this new platform where he talks about the news, and some of it's funny, some of it, it's all just hilarious, but he gives you real news along with funny news, and then he interviews breeders after, through that. And I was, this week's interview, and I was so humbled and honored to be asked to do it, and I had a blast doing it. So hopefully you guys will go over and give them a subscribe if you're not, and check out that video that I did the interview with. And it was honestly a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. So thank you, Olympus Reptiles, for having me on your show and supporting me and supporting all the channels you do support too. Because I know you got 20,000 subscribers, but yet I see you commenting on YouTubers. I see you interacting. I see you doing a lot with other channels, and I appreciate that, because it's all about spreading love and reaching out and connecting with each other and supporting each other. I mean, because that's just what's hugely amazing, and I have much respect for you for doing that too. Another thing I want to talk about is, earlier in a video I was talking about my leopard gecko, and Priest pointed out that I said chameleon. Reason why I have chameleons on the brain is because I used to breed chameleons. I stopped breeding chameleons because I honestly, if you guys listen to podcasts, I honestly got depressed after doing it for a while, because the females, once you breed a female, once she gets up to breeder size, she might only last 3 years, and a chameleon captivity can live 4 to 7 years. And it always sucked losing the females a little earlier, but I am thinking about adding a chameleon to my collection, but not until this spring. I know my mom's been really pushing it. I know Priest has been really pushing it. But in order for me to do that, I have to get other things situated. And this is where I talk about responsibility. I'm not going to add another pet. Even though I've had this reptile before, and I've bred them, and I know what I'm doing with them, I'm not going to take on the added responsibility until I have other things in place when it comes to my snakes. I have clutches coming. I have boa litters that will be happening. So I really got to get those things in place, and other stuff outside of that, life stuff, situated, and then I'll be ready to tackle chameleon, because a chameleon is a major commitment pet. It's not just a reptile you can leave and forget. It's something that you have to feed it. You have to watch how you got to give it its vitamins and minerals, but you can't overdo it. You have to make sure they have UAV. You got to make sure you're misting them if you don't set up a mister system. There's a lot that goes into them, and I know a lot of people do simple setups with them. I don't do that. I make sure I go all out with mine. I do bioactive setups with my chameleons. So it's definitely a big commitment. So when I go back to having a chameleon, it's going to be like that. So I take my stuff serious. Another thing I want to cover is when you're thinking about getting a new pet, make sure you're doing research. And I don't mean just where you go and read a little care sheet. I mean real research. Go out, buy books, go out and study. Make sure you know, if not the scientific name, at least the common names of things before you get them. Especially because you can say, boa constrictor. It's really easy to learn the scientific name, or boa constrictor imparata. But then you can go further than that and say common boa, Colombian boa, Peruvian boa, Brazilian boa. So make sure you study your snakes and stuff before you make a commitment, and just a little bit more than just the basic setup and care. Make sure you know a little bit more about these animals, like my jungles and stuff like that. Make sure you understand more about the species you're going to keep before you start getting it. And I know the temptation is there. You get your first reptile, you get your first tarantula, you get your first, centipede, or you get that first scorpion, and next thing you know, you want to have 10 tarantulas, 15 snakes, and it goes on, and then before you know it, you don't know what to do. So make sure you're taking the time and considering and understanding each pet, because every pet is going to be an individual on its own. I know you guys see this jungle on me right now, and she's chilled and she's relaxed and she's a great girl and she's just hanging on me, you know, and that wants to entice you to getting maybe a jungle carpet python. But before you do, I implore you to read the carpet python, the complete carpet python book. You know, get on websites, get on, you know, YouTube, watch these channels, watch channels like mine. You know, really learn about the carpet python and make sure you understand that, you know, a lot of carpet pythons, when you get them, they're going to be nippy, they're going to be feisty, they're going to be a little bit, not always, but she was real nippy when she was younger. She came out of that within 2 weeks of me having her. But those are things you got to take into consideration that you might not. You know, and then you also got to take into consideration of, you know, housing, feeding, equipment. You know, am I going to be able to long-term care for this animal if I lose my job, or if I can't do this? Do you have a backup plan? Do you have a friend that can help you? Do you have things in place? So always, you know, like I always say, prepare for the worst, you know, and hope for the best. You know, and if you do that, you're going to be okay. And there's nothing wrong with jumping in and getting your feet just, I'm a full jumping guy, so I totally understand people that do it, but just make sure you do it in an educated manner. I'm not trying to preach to you. You know, you all do your own thing. I will respect you, and you know I will. You know, you guys know I have nothing but respect for people. Another thing, last thing, I want to say congratulations to the Graham family, because they had their first clutch of ball python eggs. And I hope nothing but the best for them. I hope they get I hope every single one of them eggs hatch. I hope they have an amazing clutch out of them. I hope they get amazing combos. And so big congratulations to the Graham family. I'm so happy for you guys. You guys have done it the right way. You put your time in it. You've studied. You didn't rush anything. You guys have really, honestly, you put your work in, and I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so happy for you guys. So huge congratulations to you guys. So hopefully you guys like this video and like my videos and enjoy the videos that me and my son and my kids put out. I couldn't do it without your guys' support, like I always say. Thank you guys so much. You guys humble me every single day with your comments. You just humble me every single day with your comments. So thank you so much for watching my videos. This is Boxing Boa. Priest is always behind the camera. That's my main man, the cameraman. And Harlot here, my Stripe Ventnor Jungle, saying thank you so much for watching. Please like, click, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you would. And like I always say, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. And you know I will get back to you. This is Boxing Boa saying peace. Where are you going?